Hi guys, Roscoe here, and welcome to my video of the Sideshow Collectibles Dark Rider of Mordor premium format statue. Now this will be less of a review, more of a sort of look at this absolutely stunning piece, which I bought to go along as a companion piece with the Sauron premium format statue, which I got about a month ago. All I can say is I'm very happy with this piece. I haven't fully assembled him because I plan to rebox him just for a short time, but in this way I'll be able to show you some of the accessories a bit clearly, or a bit more clearly than in other videos I suppose. Alright, here we have the box, which is absolutely massive. Thankfully not as big as the Sauron box, so a little bit easy to manage and to carry. On the top you got the Lord of the Rings logo, Lord of the Rings logo on the sides, and you have two nice images of the actual statue on the front and the back. Alright, once you open the box up, obviously you have your foam carton which holds the horse and the tail, and the other side of the foam carton you have the rider and the base. When you first open it up, you get this instruction leaflet, which has steps 1 to 15, but how to put all the parts on him, how to assemble properly. Now, it's great they've given us such a nicely detailed step-by-step guide, but a lot of the pictures are very dark, so it's very hard to make out what you actually need to do with assembling the scabbards and the dagger and the actual cloak itself. So it takes a little while to sort of figure out in your own head what you need to do, and then you go from there. But I'll be analysing this a bit more when I'm going to put the actual swords on. Okay, here we have the sword scabbard. So you've got these long sort of fabric pieces which you hook up together. And there's the top of the sword for the scabbard. Obviously you can tell it's the Witch King, this Nazgul. You can tell by the actual curved hilt on the sword here. If you had a straight hilt it would just be a regular Nazgul, but by including that sideshow you can tell this is the actual Witch King. Here we have the Morgul blade, which goes on the right hand side, whereas this long one goes on the left hand side, which we see how the figure stands. So that's all the strapping and pieces you need to add to him. Here we have the base, which is really nice. Lord of the Rings, Dark Rider of Mordor. It's really nice and sort of slimy and wet looking, which is great. It's not like someone's just completely covered the whole thing up in gloss. There's certain parts, like the higher risen parts, which look dry and dried out, which would look like it was actually real. So Sideshow have covered that really nicely. So we go up, here we have the horse and the rider. The horse is absolutely magnificent. Now the exclusive was offered as well in this piece, which came with a different hand here with the sword. Now I'm not actually too disappointed that I didn't get that. I wouldn't have never have used it. I like the hand, I think it's more creepy, and when you have the actual sword wrapped around his waist, it looks a bit silly with the sword and one in his hand as well. So, and it seems to only be cheap plastic going by other people's reviews, and most people seem to prefer the actual hand itself as well, and that attaches by a magnet. So the rider itself, there's a little peg between his groin that sort of connects him to the actual horse. He comes with all these robes already on. There's one separate robe you need to add, and I was trying to figure out how to actually adjust the sort of hood properly. It's got wire around the outside here, And what you need to do, actually, the part in the middle which I thought hung down further, the actual middle part of it you have to button up once it's on. So that only buttons up around his neck. So we have plenty more room to play around with now, which I didn't think was possible earlier on. So you can sort of play around so it doesn't look pointy and look like it's scooping up like a hat or anything like that. So it takes a little bit while to get used to it and sort of figure out how you want to pose it. But most of these robes are already on. That extra piece you need to put on yourself does go halfway up on his neck. The horse, you need to connect it down the bottom here. You have a peg under the hoof. The actual tail connects to the back of the horse loosely. It doesn't actually clip in and lock, so you need to hold that together before you slot the actual leg in here and the actual tail. So you need to hold all pieces together and line them up and then sort of slot them all in at once. You can't really do one before the other, but it seems to hold very well. Got his stirrups, sort of loop them over the feet. Here's the head with the red eyes. The mouth looks really, really good. It's hard to pick up on the camera here, but the mouth looks really realistic, glossy and gross. Not as tall as the Sauron piece, probably by about 2 or 3 inches shorter. But yeah, just even all the open wounds with the weeping of the wounds, done really nicely. No matter which way you look at this piece, it looks excellent as well, just like the Sauron. My favourite sort of angle is actually the side-on one here. You see the horse really rearing up. Yes, this is an excellent piece. I know it's been out for a while. I was lucky to pick one up here in Australia, one of the last ones at our major retail supplier. I just paid it off slowly and it arrived early in the week. Sorry guys, it's just very hard to focus being such a dark figure. Absolutely magnificent piece. I'm very happy to have it. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this quick look at Dark Rider of Mordor. Thanks for watching guys. If you have any questions or need help with anything, just let me know and I'll try and get back to you as quick as I can. Thanks guys. Bye for now.